Hi there guys, welcome back. In this one I'm going to be looking at something slightly different. So this is going to be another software highlights video, but it's not going to actually be a piece of software. We'll get to that later on. But what this is, every week or so I get people ask me the question, right? I need to get Office, how can I get it for free? I need to use OneDrive to share files, how do I do that? I need cloud storage, which one is the best one? So this video is going to be an a general description of what I think the two best cloud storage platforms are, or cloud computing platforms are, and maybe why you should choose one over the other. Let's get cracking. The first thing I'm going to explain is what is cloud storage. So many people have been throwing this name around alongside cloud computing because it's either needed at work or at school. Because we're all working from home now, both these services or platforms have become very popular, right? So cloud storage is simply storing files on the internet, and this is normally done with a specific company. So I'll be speaking about OneDrive, which is owned by Microsoft, and I'll be speaking about Google Drive as well, which is owned by Google itself, obviously. So again, cloud storage is simply storing files in the cloud, which is on the internet. So you will have to have internet access to use these services, okay? And then attached to that, we have cloud computing as well. And the reason I'm mentioning cloud computing is that we, for example, won't be needing to install Microsoft Office on our PCs. All the editing that we're going to be doing on our documents is going to be done on the cloud platforms. So it's either done by Google Drive or by OneDrive. Okay, so here on my screen, I now have Microsoft OneDrive on the left-hand side here, and I have Google Drive on the right-hand side here. Before I went any further, I wanted to quickly walk you through what you're actually getting once you sign up. So for Microsoft OneDrive, once you have an account, they give you 5 gigabytes completely free. You don't have to pay anything. You can store stuff online, 5 gigabytes. For Google Drive, you get 15 gigabytes completely free. So you get 3 times as much data. Now, for most people, 5 gigabytes is not enough. If you're backing up photos and videos, you're sending music there as well, 5 gigabytes is not nearly enough for me. But if you're someone that just wants the very basics and to be able to share that stuff with people really easily, 15 gigabytes might be for you. But I'm going to dive into this a bit more. So let me just say, I think the free versions of both of these services is actually amazing. As much as 15 gigabytes is 3 times as much as the 5 gigabytes you get from OneDrive, they're both really good services. And I would highly recommend anyone that wants to get or try these services, sign up for both of them, because you get that amount of storage, 5 gigabytes for OneDrive and 15 for Google Drive, completely free. You pay nothing. All you have to do is sign up, log into your account, and you can start using it straight away. But I do still want to go over what the prices are. Okay, so OneDrive gives you 5 gigabytes completely free. Here we have the free package. Google Drive, for free, you get 15 gigabytes. Now moving up from that, OneDrive, you have £1.99 per month, gives you 100 gigabytes of storage, and you can pay this off yearly, which saves you roughly 2 months. For Google Drive, for the same 100 gigabytes of storage, you pay £1.59 or $15.99 per year. Moving up from that, we have OneDrive again at $59.99 for the entire year, and you get 1 terabyte, which is 1000 gigabytes. For Google Drive, it jumps up to £2.49, which gives you 200 gigabytes. And lastly, for the normal package for individuals, we have £80 a year or $79.99 per year. That gives you 6000 gigabytes or 6 terabytes. Now for Google Drive, you only get 2 terabytes, which costs you the same $79.99 per year. So if you're someone that needs a massive amount of storage, a massive amount of space, OneDrive is going to be much better for you because it's the same price as Google Drive and you get 3 times the amount of storage. Okay, so here we have my OneDrive open, and this is what it looks like when you log into the OneDrive website. So if you simply Google the term OneDrive, you create an account and log in, this is what you'll be greeted with. Now I've already populated mine because I use mine quite a lot. I have folders, I have separate files, I have videos, I have pictures, I have everything on here. So this is a general look of it. You can change the look by going to the right hand side here and where it says switch view options, click on that. You can have a compact list and you can also have tiles. Now this is what most people probably do use because this is more reminiscent of what you actually use in Windows. But I actually prefer list view as it gives me more details. All right, now let's quickly jump over to Google Drive, and if I click on that, this is what it looks like. In my opinion, it looks a bit more modern, and it gives me a bit more information while looking at it. But for some reason, I still prefer using list view. And to change to list view, I simply click on this icon here. It says grid view or list view, so you only have two views to jump between. I have my files, my most recent files here at the top, my folders here, and my files that are not in folders underneath that. Okay, so here we're back to OneDrive. I'm not going to go too in depth into this. I'm simply going to show you how to do the most basic things ever. For example, creating a folder, you simply click on the new button here at the top, you choose folder. When this window pops up, you choose a name. So I'm going to say test folder here, and then I click on create, and that's my folder created. Here it is, test folder. Now if I click into this, it's completely empty because I've created no files in here or put any files in there as well. To do that, I can either upload files. Again, this is just a very quick overview. I'm not going to show how to upload files. I'm going to create files. And again, I go back to new. And I think the most common type of file that people will create is, let's say, a Word document. And when I do that, when I click on Word document, it actually comes up with the Microsoft Word interface. But again, this is completely online. I actually don't have Microsoft Office installed on my PC, but I can do most of the same things in Microsoft Office online. And that's what this is. Okay, so I can type my stuff here. And one of the really good things about using cloud storage and cloud platforms like Google Drive and OneDrive is it automatically saves your document. So as you can see, I'm typing, and I want you to pay attention to this area here that says saved. Whilst I'm typing, it says saving. But as soon as I stop typing, give it a second, it says saved. That means my work was automatically saved, let's say 2-3 seconds after I stopped typing without me having to do anything extra. Now this is really good because that means I'll actually never lose my work. If I'm typing something and my PC shuts down, I've lost maybe the last 3 seconds of work I've done, which is really, really handy. Now I'm going to jump over to Google Drive and do exactly the same thing there. So there we go. I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to call it test folder. This one is done in a slightly different way, but more or less the process is the same. So again, I click on new here for Google Drive, and I'm going to choose folder. Well, folder here at the top. A window pops up. I'm going to say test folder. When I click create, it's going to create a blank folder here with nothing inside of it. I'm going to double click into that and I can see it's empty. And again, this is because I haven't uploaded or created any folders or files. So again, let me go ahead and create a Word document. I'm going to click on new. I'm going to click on Google Docs, which is the equivalent to Microsoft Word. I'll show you guys a bit more about that later on. And in here again, same thing applies. I can type. And if you pay attention to this area here where my mouse is, it says saving, saving, saving. And as soon as I stop typing, okay, it's saved. A bit quicker than Microsoft Office, OneDrive, sorry, but same process applies. A second or two after I stop typing, it stops saying saving and it then says saved. And my work is now saved. So if you're writing a novel, if you're doing coursework that you really don't want to lose, this is a really good place to do it. And another benefit of both of these services is that they both have mobile apps. So I can actually download the mobile app onto iOS or Android and continue working from this same document in the mobile app. On the left, I've got Microsoft Office. On the left, I've got OneDrive with Microsoft Word. On the right, I've got Google Drive with Google Docs. So why choose OneDrive and why choose Google Drive? Okay, OneDrive works much better with Office files such as DocX, Excel files, and PowerPoint. So this is a Word document, this is an Excel file, and this is a PowerPoint file. Now, saying that, Microsoft files are also compatible on Google Drive. They do work really well. However, they do get converted temporarily. So Google Drive converts them to what's known as Google Drive files. So a docx would be converted to a Google Doc file. An XLSX or spreadsheet will be converted to a Google Sheet file. A PowerPoint will be converted to a Google Slides file. Now, once you finish working on your files and you download them onto your PC or your phone again, you do get them as the original files, so docx, Excel, and PowerPoint. But whilst you're working on them on Google, they do get converted. Now, some people might see this as annoying, but I think it's perfectly fine. The only downside is that there is an option you have to tick in Google Drive that converts them automatically. Otherwise, you have to do it yourself. So once you open it for the first time, it's going to let you know that if you want to edit this file, you must create a version that can be edited. Next, we have, they both have very good mobile apps. I use them very often. Stable, they run really well. They don't take up tons of storage or RAM on my mobile device. I'm on Android. So both really nice. Again, you can collaborate with people on the same file across the entire internet, basically. So once you share the file with someone, either via a link sent to their mobile phone or a link sent to their email, or you put their email into the share box, they can actually go ahead and edit the file alongside with you. Now they both have this functionality, so neither one is better. So because they both have it really well, they both do it really well. I personally think Microsoft Word or OneDrive overall is a bit simpler to use, and that might be down to people or myself being so accustomed to the Microsoft ecosystem, which is what we've been using for the last 2, 3, 4 decades, right? Compared to Google Drive, brand new system, looks very different, tries to look a bit edgy and modern. It does work really well, and that's one of the features that I do like about it, is that it is actually really fast and it's modern. It looks modern. Another feature I prefer on Google Drive over OneDrive is that Google Drive has plugins, and this can enhance the functionality of Google Drive, of your documents, so on and so forth. For example, a plugin I used to use all the time when I was back in university is this one here called PaperPile. Now, this is a free plugin that you can actually pay to have extra features added on, and this allows me to do referencing really, really easily. I simply click on it, choose the reference I want, and it puts it at the end of my document with the IEEE standard. That's the one for engineers, the IEEE standard straight away, without me actually having to go in and manually add them. So that's another function here I do like about Google Drive. But again, both very good services. I do think anyone that tries one should go ahead and straight away try the other one, because again, they're both free. So why not? Google Drive gives you 15 gigabytes of storage. Microsoft OneDrive gives you 5 gigabytes. You have literally nothing to lose. Copy some of your files to OneDrive, copy some of your files to Google Drive, use both of them for a couple of days back and forth to see which one you prefer, and there you go, make a choice. All right, so before I go, the last thing I'm going to actually speak about is how to download these apps on your mobile device and on your desktop. Since I'm already on the desktop, let's go ahead and do that. So simply type in download Google Drive. You're going to get to this link here. Spelled it wrong, obviously, but go to the link. Now it says individuals, choose download. It's going to take you to a slightly different page. Scroll down to where it says for individuals, for teams. It depends on what you are. I simply want to get the application for myself. If you have a team of people, then you go to that one. Your admin at work should know all this stuff anyway. I'm going to choose download. I'm going to choose agree and download. Right? That's finished there. I'm simply going to click on it to start installing. Okay? So there we go, connecting, downloading. It takes a couple of seconds until it's finished. And let's see what we get. Okay, installation complete. That was really quick. I'm going to click close. After I finish installing Google Drive, it is going to be located near the notification area. And on Windows 10, that's going to be down here near the clock. So I simply move my mouse down. Some of you will already have the clock area already exposed. I go there, I click on the up arrow if it's not already being shown in the quick settings here. And it's going to be the one that looks like a cloud with an up arrow. It says backup and sync from Google, not signed in. I'm going to click on that and it's going to require me to log in, right? I'm going to click get started and I'm going to actually go ahead and log in to my Gmail account now. Okay, so now I've logged in fully. I can choose folders from my computer to continuously back up to Google Drive. Now, this is really good if you have a number of folders that you work from every day. For example, I think most people work from My Documents or Documents, and some people even work from desktop, right? So if you have a folder or a group of folders that you want constantly backed up, you simply go ahead and tick those and it will just be saved. So if I click got it, I'm going to say, okay, because I know that my pictures is an empty folder, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a folder there called test. I'm going to create a text file there called test as well. So if I go to my pictures folder here, completely empty, I'm going to create a new folder by right clicking, going to new, and going to folder, and I'm going to call this test folder. Then inside that folder now, I'm going to create a folder, a file. So I'm going to right click, go to new, I'm going to choose a text document and say test file, right? And that's it, I'm done. Now, this was just a test to show you that whatever I have in this folder here is going to be backed up. I'm going to leave everything else the way it is. I'm going to click next. Then I'm going to click got it, that's fine. And I can start syncing everything from my drive to my PC. I'm not going to go ahead and finish this as I just wanted to walk you guys through what the process looks like. Okay, so finally, I'm going to quickly look at the OneDrive app for desktop. Now, I uninstalled this app from my PC because I don't really use OneDrive on my PC, but it normally comes installed. It always comes installed with Windows 10. So if you have Windows 10, it's already installed. But for those of us who don't have it, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get it. So I'm just going to say OneDrive download. It's going to be the first link that comes up, get OneDrive, and simply click on where it says download here. Now, when I click on that, it's going to start the download and it's going to show up here again, bottom left hand corner. I'm going to click on that. It's going to walk me through the whole setup process just like it did for Google Drive. And I'm going to be able to log in and choose the folders I want to back up. I will need to click on the cloud icon next to the clock. I click on that. It's going to come up with these settings here. I am simply going to click help and settings, go to settings, and I can start setting up from here, okay? So here it's going to say backup. I've used none of my storage. I'm going to go to backup and I'm going to go to manage backup. And this is now where I can actually start choosing what I want to back up. So my desktop has 50 gigabytes worth of files. So that's videos I'm editing. My document has 4.5 gigabytes. So it makes sense to do that one, right? However, I'm going to skip this just so that we can go through this video a bit quicker. I'm going to untick that and I'm going to only leave where it says pictures. And remember, in pictures, I created a new folder, and inside that folder, I have a test document. So again, I'm not going to start back up, but just to show you guys how the process was, that's how it works. This video was on Google Drive and Microsoft OneDrive. Thank you guys for watching. I will have more in-depth content which shows you exactly how to use OneDrive and exactly how to use Google Drive to carry out specific functions. I'll try and make those tutorial videos as short as possible so that you guys can jump straight in, learn what you need to learn, and move on to something else, all right? So again, this was OneDrive versus Google Drive. Personally, my preference goes towards Google Drive. Reason being, I am an Android user, and Google Drive comes with your Android phone as standard. It's where everything gets backed up. It makes my life a lot easier because it just comes with the phone. My account is already created, stuff is already being synced. I have unlimited storage for my pictures and videos on my phone up until the 1st of June 2021. So again, just bits and pieces added in here and there, which makes it overall a better service for me. However, if you're somebody that uses Microsoft Office files heavily, then OneDrive is going to be the place where you're going to want to go. because it's going to be a lot easier to share and edit those files with people compared to Google Drive.